Hello friends, so let's discuss a story today about Babylonia and Egypt. So Babylonia is also known as the city of commerce, and Egypt has a history evidence showing accounting. Okay, so basically the kings and queens of Egypt, the queens and kings of Egypt, they used to give a lot of work, schedule different people for different tasks, and they used to work day and night. And after working, they used to pay the wages. They also used to pay the taxes. So how they used to give these workers a lot of work, you can see in these images. These are the different types of works they used to do, like shifting the blocks of bricks, or some kinds of cleaning task, or holding the sacks on the bags, shifting the loads from one place to another. All these things were done by these workers, and after that they were being paid. And the payment of earlier time was not in terms of any fixed amount or something. That was actually paid using some coins or some kinds of grains or some kinds of food and everything. So based on that, the records were maintained, like what was paid, how much quantity of amount was paid, or how much things, like even the amount was not measurable, because the standard units and everything hasn't come in use at that time, because this is a story of 4000 BC. Okay, 4000 BC around I'm telling about this, the story of Egypt. And people used to pay the wages in such way, and after giving these wages, they were maintained in a clay tablets. In the clay tablets, all the things were maintained, and even the taxes in ancient time, the Egyptians, they used to pay, that was also recorded in these clay tablets. The in charge of the treasuries in charge, the person who was staying as an in charge, he used to write everything in the clay tablets on a daily basis about all the golds and other valuables that they had on their treasuries, and that was sent to the wazirs, or the prime ministers. And the prime ministers used to again prepare with the help of other people under him a monthly report, and then the monthly reports were sent to the kings about those treasuries, about the golds and the other valuables. To the kings it was sent on a monthly basis. Babylonia, as I have already told you, it is also known as the city of commerce. And accounting for business, they used to use the accounting on the basis to find out the losses, that basically they were checking the losses, and the losses maybe that were caused due to some frauds or lack of efficiency. Obviously people, they might be stealing something, they were hiding something, so all those frauds and lack of efficiency, people were not doing the work efficiently, all those things, the losses were found out by maintaining the accounting records. In Greece basically accounting was used for apportioning the revenues received among treasuries, maintaining the total receipts, total payments, and balance of government financial transactions. Romans, they used to the memorandum or daybook, where and receipts and payments were recorded, and wherefrom they were posted to the ledgers on monthly basis. China, they used a sophisticated form of government accounting as early as 2000 BC. In India, there were records in Kautilya, who was a minister in Chandragupta's kingdom. He wrote a book named Arthashastra, which also described how accounting records had to be maintained. So that book was describing how the books were maintained. And look up actually a Franciscan friar who wrote a book, Samadhi, Arithmetica, Geometrica, Proportionate and Proportionality. It's a review of arithmetic and geometric proportions in Venice, which was written in 1494 and is considered as the first book on double entry bookkeeping. A portion of his book contained knowledge of business and bookkeeping. However, Pacioli did not claim that he was the inventor of the double entry bookkeeping, but spread the knowledge of it. It shows that he probably relied on then current bookkeeping manuals as the basis for his masterpiece. In his book, he used the present day popular terms of accounting, debit or credit. These were the concepts used in Italian terminology. Debit comes from the Italian debito, which comes from the Latin debita, and debeo, which means owed to the proprietor. And credit comes from the Italian credito comes from the Latin credo, which means trust or belief in the proprietor or owned by the proprietor.